Um, and then let me find you on IG. My life. There you go. And then put that.
Yeah.
Cool.
See me.
What's happening? What's up, Brett?
What's up, dog?
Oh man, it's good. So we going live on 2 places. So we live on 3 places: on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And so what I was, Brett, I don't know if you turned down your audio, maybe on your phone. If you turn down the volume all the way on your phone.
Yeah, can you hear it still? Or
yeah, I'm gonna check with people. So let me know on IG, y'all. On IG, how is the audio? How is the visual? And so if it's all good, let us know. If it sounds good on IG, and then we'll keep rolling that way.
Can you guys hear solid?
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Cool. All right, it sounds perfect. So IG, we're good over there. Now I'm just gonna make sure we're good on Facebook and YouTube, and then we're gonna get this started. I'm excited to talk to my main man Brett about everything outside of the NFL. So Yuri, how are we looking with YouTube and everything over there? So how y'all doing? YouTube. Yo, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've talked to y'all. I know y'all waiting for the videos. I see your comments on IG, on Facebook, in my inbox. You found your way to my email. Everything on YouTube is like, when is a new Passport Heavy video gonna drop? And so
I'm waiting for the videos, man. Always. I want to see some new stuff.
Right. And so one of the reasons I wanted to go. So everything good? All right. So without further ado, I really want to do a proper introduction for my brother, Mr. Here. What up, Jessica? I see you if you can. We was actually just talking about you. Me and Brett were just talking about you off camera. So we were just talking about how dope you were. And I was also talking about something else, how you had me and Yuri just like so happy in Miami. But but we just so excited to share, because there's like a certain stigma with playing in the NFL, right? There's people just have this one perception. It's just like Brett, the NFL quarterback, right? The football player. That's your whole DNA from UCLA to all the time, growing up. It's like, and I think a lot of dudes in the league also deal with that, right? Like your whole identity is football. And obviously, I've got to know you a lot off of camera, right? Without us doing the Passport Heavy, and just get to know you as a person. And I think sometimes, and I mean, people do. I know as a kid, I looked at like NBA players, NFL players as like these mythical like superhero characters that didn't even seem real. It was like, and so I think that's why I want you to talk about. Today, a lot of stuff outside of the NFL, who you are as a man, how you've got to, where you are. And then also, I thought one of the really cool things about you is your financial decisions that you make. We talk a lot about finances, and how you're talking about, it's really important to understand that, I'm not going to be playing in the NFL forever. So I should really make the most of this time. Not only, the money, but then also the resources that are available to me. And then also how to make this money stretch, for a long time and multiply it while and I've heard some of the funny stories. We won't name any of the players, but I've heard, tell me stories of other players that just, the money, they loose with it, doing the most ridiculous things, you can possibly do with money. And I just want to also just talk, I know you're real close with your parents and like, kind of what they've meant to you, in your upbringing. And then I'm sure you've got quite a few Arizona Cardinal fans on here. So I know I'm not going to talk about any football, but we might have to sneak in a little bit of football for, your people watching, today. And so, but yeah, I just wanted to give you an introduction, man. You're just you're one of the most humble people that I've ever met in my entire life, so intelligent. You've accomplished so much. And, when we're out, it's like, I can't believe how humble you are for all that you've accomplished. And I think that's what makes it so refreshing for people to know you, and, as a person, because like I know we'll be at a restaurant and then like, the line will be long. Most like people, I hang with different, like, oh my God, I can't believe you've got me waiting out here in these lines. And then you're just waiting like with everyone else. And then, you'll have some of your friends like, bro, you're the quarterback. How are you waiting in line? And then like, they're like, yo, this is Brett. And they're like, oh my God, Brett, yeah, come on up. But it's like, you as a person, so humble. And that's what I love about you the most, is that you just, who you are on camera is the same off camera. And so I just want to get into some of the fun things. Now, so I know a lot of my page is about traveling. And so I know some of your people obviously have seen your adventures around the world. What got you, or what was your first international trip that you took around the world? Or anywhere, just internationally?
Man, I think, what's crazy is like all that. I can't wait to talk about all this first and foremost. It's going to be awesome. But especially if there's any athletes, players watching, man, I think this stuff is like golden knowledge, when you just get into stuff and just talk about life. But and thank you for having me on, baby. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. But man, the first international trip, for everybody who doesn't know, my mom is a flight attendant, and she's been a flight attendant my whole life, going on 30, 40 years. So I used to have the benefits, you jump on, go wherever. And the first trip I went to was Jamaica, to Ocho Rios, with my mom, my sister, and my cousin CT. And it was like the craziest thing, because I never got to travel a lot with my benefits because of football and track and basketball, playing those three sports year round. What's up, Lorenzo? But as when I went on that trip, it showed me something that I didn't even know was out there. Like a lot of people they grow up where they grow up and they don't really get the opportunity to explore or go somewhere else. And sometimes people just get comfortable wherever they're at and just sit in. But for me, my mom was always big on like, get out. Like when I was picking my colleges, the one thing she said was get out of Arizona. Like, just don't stay, just go somewhere else, try something different. And she's always been on the mindset that you grow as a man, as a person, outside your comfort zone. So don't stay at Arizona, or don't stay here. I'm going to take you other places to see certain things that you may think are, what we think is normal, what we think we need is different other places, and traveling, I've been able to see that. But that first time, man, in Jamaica, I saw videos from that stuff. I mean, it was just like everything I had ever thought of, like, completely went away. And I realized, like, this is bigger than just myself, it's bigger than me, bigger than life, like, it's just, there's stuff that you can't explain. And that trip really sort of started me on my journey to traveling and trying to see the world.
Dope, man. I actually just went to Jamaica for the first time this year, and it was unbelievable. And then I see so many people here in the comments. I'd love to know, where is the first place y'all all went? What's the first international trip that y'all been? Let us know in the comments. What was the first place that you went out overseas? I'd love to know. And then as we'll see the comments as they're coming in. So after you went to Jamaica, and then so big up to your moms of like getting you outside of your comfort zone, taking you to some of these different places. What has been what's been like the best place that you've actually been with your mom? What's the best place that you've been with your mom? Because obviously you've been in Jamaica. What's the best place that you've been with your mom?
It's crazy being a flight attendant. I want to say that's the one international trip I went with her outside because like I said, growing up, like there wasn't much time to like go out. I mean, that was like a all right, let's hurry up and go here. Let's not, you know what I'm saying? Let's hurry up. You can make it back. You got some time. And then after that, it was on to college, and then to the pros. And then once I got to the league, I just started rolling, honestly, solo on these trips. But Jamaica was and I hope she's watching. I think she's actually stuck in Dallas right now because the weather's crazy. But she was going on a trip. But I was telling her about this, and if you're watching, we got to get out of the country again. But yeah, I've been meaning to take her out somewhere, but she's probably been to dang near more countries than me at this point. Shoot, but Jamaica was the one place we've been to, and I think that one. I mean, that was my first trip, so I'll always remember that one. And no matter where we go, I'm sure it'll be fun. But at the same time, like. You can't beat the first trip out the country.
Okay. So Jamaica, how old were you on this trip?
Man, I think I was maybe 16, 15, 16, somewhere. I wasn't old enough to get a drink. I wasn't old enough, man. At nighttime, I couldn't do nothing. Couldn't do nothing. I was just walking around. But yeah, I wasn't old enough to do anything except wake up and, man, just try to find some fun stuff to get into. That's about it.
Okay. Wow. So 15, 16. And then, so this is like almost a decade, since you haven't taken an international trip with your mom then.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So now that you bring it up,
wow.
now I got to do it. Now I got to do it. And if she's watching, now she's going to tell me like, all right, we need to go somewhere. I want to get her to like Africa. I want to go through all through Africa with her. I think she would just love that. She's a huge like historian when it comes to, man, she would love stuff like that. So I think that's the next trip I got to take her to.
Okay, that's dope. I can't wait for you to experience Africa with her. And like the more that I know, I'll be cluing you up. So I want to just kind of a little bit, and I want to talk about money, man. I want to talk about money because it's such an important thing. And like I said, like there's this huge stigma with obviously sports and professional sports, athletes going. And then, because I remember when the first time I was hanging out with you, and I was a little surprised too. I was like, "Yo, he has a Jeep." Like it's a real nice Jeep. Like when you picture NFL, like when you picture like NFL, like quarterback, I was like, all right, and I think so many people also wrap up like wealth, and they attribute wealth to like having a certain type of car and this and that. And I was like, it's not true. Yep. Like the kind of car that someone drives is not an indication of their credit score, how their financial situation is, right? And so what gave you the confidence, and because it's a lot of peer pressure, right? Being in the league, you see teammates rolling up like in all different cars, you rolling up to like different places. And they're like, oh, snap, he's rolling up in the Maserati. He's rolling up in this. Like, and I've even come to games, and it's like, Lambos, all that. Who instilled, like, the values in you to be like, yo, I'm actually going to do this at my speed versus, like, I'm going to go and just, blow so much money on something like a car. And I'm not even saying, here's the thing I also want to say, too, is, like, it's not that, like, you can speak for yourself. I'm sure it's not that you're not against nice cars, but I feel like there's a time for everything. Right?
Yep. You know what's crazy? And this topic runs so true because I had this mindset before, but have you ever seen 30 for 30 Broke? It's this documentary that came out about professional athletes. And if you haven't seen it, man, and anybody who's watching, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I mean, it was ridiculous. The statistics that are coming out, like 95% of professional athletes 3 years outside the league are bankrupt, like broke. And it's because you have this mindset that it's a lot of money, but you get it in 18 weeks. It's not even like it's not even like you get this all in. You're getting all this money that you see in 18 weeks. And then once that 18 weeks is over, you don't see no money. So like in that gap outside the year, you have to, you just see a whole bunch of money in your account and you don't realize how fast it goes. But for me, man, like this whole financial literacy, this whole just keeping up with the Jones, all that stuff, man. And I'm sure a lot of us did, but my dad really instilled a lot of finance with me, but I was under the mindset and impression growing up, man. I'm just like a lot of us. I grew up broke, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like when you do that, you can go two different ways. You can grow up broke, and then when you get money, you can try to show that you got money because you came from nothing, or you can grow up broke, and when you get money, you can hold on. You want to hold on to that money because you don't want to get back to that same place. And I always had that mindset that, like, whenever I got some money, man, I did not. I think it was almost out of fear that I didn't want to go back to how I used to be. And I think that sort of carried me into understanding that, like, I still got my 2015 Jeep, and I think that thing is sexy. Like, I'll roll up anywhere with that Jeep. I don't care. I roll up to a party, and there'll be, obviously my teammates got Lambos and all this stuff and other people, but I promise you, I'll get out that Jeep, fly as everybody else, man. It's all about the confidence to me. And I don't care. I may have black Jeep, black rims on it. It looks pretty. But I promise you, I'll have that money sitting in the bank. And I just think that's the mindset that a lot of us, and especially a lot of players, we get too into. We try to impress the wrong people, and I think it's just trying to show that we have something that maybe there's a lot to it, man. And I just feel like a lot of the times when you figure out who you are, I think all that other stuff goes away, because now you're not really trying to impress the wrong people, the wrong crowd. Like, I know what I spend my money on. I love traveling. I love food. I probably spend more money on food, and it's not even, but I can spend a lot of money on food, because even if you spend a lot of money, it's still not a lot of, it's not like buying a Tesla or a Lambo. But I like eating good. So you know what I'm saying? I like cooking and spending money on stuff like that. But I think when you spend money on the things that really bring out the most in you, you know what I'm saying? And some people, to some players, if you have the money, cool, go ahead. I mean, when you see these Patrick Mahomes deals, look here, if I'm not lying, y'all, if I had that Patrick Mahomes deal, I'd have a Tesla. That would be my purchase to myself. I'd have a Tesla. That's the car I want. But until then, I'm gonna be driving my black Jeep. And I think it's understanding as well, like, the money for me, I know at some points I've been blessed to play in the league for 6 years going on 7, and the average is 2.3, 2.4 years. So I've been tremendously blessed, and I've been able to save up my money and do things with it now that if football ends today, I'm not necessarily stressing. But at the same time, I understand that each paycheck and each time I get this lump sum of money, it's going to stop eventually. And I'm only 27 right now. And so when this money stops, I got the rest of my life to live. So what am I supposed to do? A lot of players just think it's going to continue, and it's not. Like, this league isn't for long. It's a not for long league. And I think that's where a lot of us miss the mark.
Okay. And man, I just want to applaud you, bro. Like, it's really admirable, like, what you're doing. And I feel like it's like, it's a message that, like, a lot of people need to hear, especially peers, right? Because, man, I know a lot of people in the NBA, NFL. It's sad to see, like, so many people that have gone through money. Like, I remember, like, I seen I seen Antoine Walker, like, not too long ago in Chicago. And I was like, man, it's just so sad, because he's such a good dude. He's such a nice dude. And I don't know him like well, like, him at a few events and whatnot. And I remember even just hearing him say, man, I wish I wouldn't spent $900,000 on that pool. Like, he had a custom, and it's like, but like, when you have big, but it's like, and it's like, you live with that regret. But that's like, I feel like he can teach. He's teaching other players, like, yo, this money, even though you think 100 mil sound like a lot of money, which it is. Like, I'm not saying 100 mil is not a lot of money, but then you get to. I don't think one thing people realize is once you start to be in different circles, then you're 100 mil. You're hanging around with billionaires who are inviting you, and you're like, oh. I actually want to fly private, the way they fly in. And then realize the money doesn't really go as far because you playing billionaire keeping up with the Joneses.
Yep.
And it's like mathematics is mathematics, and no matter who you are, unless you Zuckerberg or unless you Bezos or
Yep.
really, it's like this stuff can run out.
Yep.
So I want to switch it back to something a little bit more fun. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying. I think we're in a little time difference, but I was saying that's the stuff that I feel like kills a lot of the times. Is like our money's going to stop. But I feel like as a player, if you have something built up outside of football, let's say real estate, a lot of us are getting into real estate, which is awesome. But real estate, another company, something else that's a consistent means of income, use that and then allow that to dictate your life, your life, what you spend and stuff like that. Because at that point, you're good. But a lot of the times, the way we should take it is take this money now and use this as an investment to build up whatever company, because this money is going to stop. But this company you built up, whether it's in real estate, whether it's in, just anything, I feel like that's where you figure out how you're going to live your life, what means.
No, actually, I was going to bring up another point, but that actually it brought me to another thing of especially getting things started while you're still playing, right?
Yes.
Because here's the thing. Humans are humans, right? And obviously, as an NFL quarterback, people want, I lost the IG for a little bit. It's a little slow. Right? People want your time. They want to be around you, right? Because you're, an NFL quarterback. It's like, it's cool. It's cool. That's great right there, and especially when you're in Arizona, went from high school, everything. People want your time. NFL players, when you have that, use it to your fullest, right? Business people want to be around you. All of these things, because once you leave the league, it's not saying people won't want to, but they're not going to want to be around as much. You're not going to be, the doors are not going to open as easy. And I said, so get in and learn from these people who want to be around you. And it's like, use that. And it's like, use these kind of things. And help players like, don't waste these opportunities, because these are doors that are going to be able to open. You can build relationships and then use these when football is over. And like shout out to my homie Luol Deng. I don't know if you've heard of Luol Deng, the basketball player. Used to play for the Bulls.
Yep.
So like that's my good friend, and he has like just a massive real estate portfolio. He has like it's like a 9-figure like real estate portfolio. And him, but he had bid contracts and everything, but he knew basketball was going to end. And so he had a couple cars, but nothing crazy. He had some homes, but he's like, there's value in homes, like they're appreciating. So I'm going to get my nice homes because, they appreciate in value, and I can, sell them if I'm not. But like, that's like something that's not like, that bad. Even if you're getting a nice home, like it's not a bad purchase, especially if you buy it right. And so he started to learn about, real estate and all these things while he was in the league. And like now it's just, he's continuing to grow that. And so that's one like big thing I tell people is like, use the leverage as you can while you're actually playing the game, because it's like, you can still have fun, but like, go ahead and learn, read the books and get around the people while you're actually still in the league.
And that's honestly like the biggest point the one guy who is amazing at that, and this dude's been in the league for about 17 years, but Larry Fitzgerald, I don't think I've seen somebody who's done it better than him. Like out of anybody I've been around, especially in the league, and I mean, Russell Wilson is another good example. But I just feel like there's some dudes that you can really see and emulate and try to emulate. And I think Larry is just one of the greatest guys, because this dude is a network phenomenon. Like, he knows everybody and anybody. And like in that instance, when he's done with the league, he will walk away and never have to worry about anything in life again. Never. And I mean, obviously what he's made in football, it is what it is. But like outside of that, I'm sure he could freaking live. I mean, this dude owns some, is in a group that owns some of the Top Golf out here in Arizona. Like, you know, there's a steakhouse, it's Ocean 44. He owns some of it. I mean, this dude has a portfolio that's ridiculous, but that's the stuff that you set yourself up for success after football. It's crazy.
Nice. Who were some of the people that or like what's some of the advice that you've really taken from, you know, from mentors over the year that really helped you that can like pretty much apply to anyone?
Oh man. Especially in my position, a lot of the guys that I talked to on you know, that I really listened to is Russell. Russell was a big one. But actually, let me backtrack. And to say this, for those who don't know Martellus Bennett, I mean, I'm sure everybody has seen a video of him like beating the crap out of somebody on Chicago during practice and like all this other stuff. But like people don't realize this dude is like a genius, and he's a like a kid's writer, and so he writes these kid stories and like animations and stuff like that. And he has his own company. But when he was in Green Bay, we used to spend a good amount of time together, and he was the first athlete to really start pushing me out of my comfort zone and showing, because I remember I used to sit there and just watch him draw all the time on the plane. And I used to, you know, and I mean, when you look at this dude, he's about 7 feet tall, big black, I mean, monster. Everybody's going to look at him and be like, oh, and then he's the nicest cat you ever meet though. Yeah. You don't want to mess with him and get on his bad side, but he's nice. If he's on your side, he loves you. So I was on his side. But he used to draw all the time, and we used to go to dinner, and I used to just ask him questions and stuff like that. And the one thing he told me, man, was like, with football players, especially athletes, like we get so boxed in, like how you were saying earlier, on like sticking to what people think we are. Like I would post a football picture on IG and get a bunch of comments, and then I'll post like a picture, maybe one picture. This is before I really started putting it out there, of my stuff on, you know, whether it was photography, traveling, food, and I wouldn't get nothing. And so like that, and that even alone, you know, it sort of boxes you in. But Martellus was the first one to start pushing me like, hey, go do this. Like put it out there. Like you have this passion, so use it and go do it. And man, just, I think when it comes to like understanding that, a lot of us get so, you know, like this is what we want to do, or this is what people think we should do, I guess is a better way to put it. And I think stepping out of your comfort zone and just really showing people like who you are outside of what people think you should be or do. You know, people grow up and the parents want them to be a doctor, or the parents want them to be this and that. Like you really have to stay true to who you are and what you want to do, and allow your passions to guide you in whatever field you want to go to. And I think that, man, Martellus, I'll always remember him for that, because that was the first cat that actually started pushing me to do everything people are seeing now. Menu cook, food, you know, traveling, all this stuff, photography, all the postings I do. Like I don't even post that much football no more. And the reason being is because football is going to last for, you know, whoever knows how long. But like these are my passions. I want you to see me. If you follow me, you already know I'm an NFL quarterback. Like I ain't got to tell you that. I ain't got to post pictures for you to see it. Like I want you to see me, like who I am.
No, and then talking about travel, so that's another way how you're different. So you traveled solo. I don't know how many dudes in the NFL are traveling solo. Like it's normally the entourage, and you know they're going to, you know, places where maybe you feel comfortable, right? Like, I mean, that's like human nature. Because like, I mean, even when you went to Jamaica with your mom, what got you out of your comfort zone? Or where was the first place that you went solo, and what got you out of your comfort zone to be like, I'm gonna go to some place? And then also I want to just talk a little bit about who you are on the road, because you don't introduce yourself as an NFL quarterback when you meet people. So I want you to talk a little bit about that as well.
Man, it's so funny too, because I always get people confused, because you know what's crazy? I think the first place I went solo, man, I'm trying to figure out, was it? I'm not even sure the first place. I just started rolling, and then from there I started loving it. Going traveling abroad. But the reason being is because like when I'm in the States, like not saying everywhere I go everybody notices me, but like, or anything like that, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just everybody. But when you go abroad, I tell everybody I'm a photographer, and that's how I introduce myself. They don't know nothing about me, you know. They'll feel my energy, but like all people know when I'm traveling, and even I do this in the U.S. Like I just tell people I'm a photographer because I ain't lying. It's not that I'm saying anything wrong, but I think sometimes like I want people to know me for me, and I think that's the biggest thing is that I'm not one that needs you to know, oh, he's an NFL quarterback, because a lot also like people's perception comes with that. Maybe it's anything, but I want people when they
maybe
know.
I hate to interrupt you, but
no, you're fine.
Maybe can you connect can you go to maybe a different Wi-Fi, or is there something like they're saying?
Let me try to.
Is this image blurry for you too a little bit?
Yep, I see him.
Huh?
Let's see if this works. Is it better? Let's see.
I'll tell you if it's bad, but I just seeing some of the comments.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I see too. Yeah, does this work? Good. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
You good there?
You're just talking about during the photography, and how you're telling people, there's nothing that's wrong.
Mm-hmm. I'm just making sure the Wi-Fi is working. Okay, this is good. Yeah. Yeah. When I travel, I just try to tell people I'm a photographer, and that's really like, I don't want people to know the NFL side of me. Like, I want people to know me and me only. Is it still blurry?
They say it's worse. They say go back to what it was before, or whatever.
All right, let's see if this works. Yeah, I got AT&T. All right, hopefully that works better.
On IG. Let me.
Y'all may just have to deal with a blurry image of me, y'all. I'm sorry. Momentary pause here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jay? Mm-hmm. All right, y'all.
Let's see if we back, and it should be.
Hopefully that works.
So is it better? Is the audio better now? Do I sound better? Because they're saying we can hear you clearly. It's the most important thing. Okay. They said on IG they can hear you clearly. Does it sound? They say much better. You good now? Okay. They saying is way better now. Okay. Go. We're going.
All right. Hey, now we're good to go. Sorry, y'all. Temporary break right there. But
cool.
Well, yeah, I'll just finish off, man. Honestly, like I said, when I travel, I try not to tell people I'm an NFL quarterback. I honestly just tell them, and it's not until they see my Instagram where they look and they're like, all right, I know you lying now. You know what I'm saying? Because they see a football picture or something like that, But at the same time, like I want people's initial reaction to be me. Like, I'm just who I am. And that's the name of the game, I think, when I travel, because I just want people to get the genuine me, not to have a perception of based off of me being an NFL quarterback and then going off and then trying to figure out who I am, me.
Okay. And then so like these solo trips, like you've continued to go on these solo trips. I know my passport heavy audience. So let me know in the comments, have any of y'all just put a number one if you've never traveled solo, and then number two if you have traveled solo. So number one, if you've never traveled solo. Number two, if you have traveled solo. Let me know in the comments. And then I have a question for you, Brett. After one of these people, let me know kind of where they at.
I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy, but I did not have this. Now I can see all these comments on the right.
Oh, are you talking about on Facebook
YouTube
thing?
Yeah. Now, yeah. Man, I didn't even see all this. Now I see all this. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they go crazy on the comments.
Damn.
Like, yeah, it's like you can't even keep up with the comments with the YouTube one. Like, wow. So my question is, what are your top tips for traveling solo? How do you meet people? How do you not get your ass kidnapped?
Yeah.
Like when they find out that you're an NFL quarterback, how they not tying you up, putting you in a truck? Like, what is it? What are some of the top tips that you have for traveling solo and just having the best time?
Yeah. People always get. I think first thing when you're traveling solo for me is planning what you're gonna do and knowing, like, at least having a gist. Like I like going places and I like knowing at least this day I'm doing this day I'm going here. I have everything booked. There's no trying to figure it out once I get there. Like if I'm going solo, I'm gonna know where I'm supposed to be at. And if I'm not there, then I'm gonna have some other plan Bs lined up around. But like I always plan my trips like to the day. Like, I mean, I'm talking throughout hourly. Like I know this day I'm gonna do this time I'm gonna do this, and after this I may get a rest or I may go do this. And so I try to plan my trip out. And I think spending time before your trip to really just dive in. I mean, I spend a good amount of time before these trips, especially if I'm traveling solo, like diving in. If I'm going with people, I still plan stuff. But at the same time, now if I'm going with a group of people, sometimes I'll leave a day and I'm like, we're just going to figure this out, But when I'm traveling solo, I like to know exactly where I'm supposed to be at and what I'm supposed to do. And I think that's the great way to start. But even for me, one thing I love doing, and people always think like they're like, what? You like all the time? Like I stay in hostels when I travel, and I'm not saying
what the fuck? Hold up.
It's crazy.
Pause.
It's crazy.
I've got to like.
Watch, hey, bro, I'm dead serious.
Like you need, where's Hostel for? Because somebody, I want y'all to right now. I want y'all to go on Hostel World right now. Go on their IG and say, hey, NFL quarterback Brad Huntley stays in a hostel. So now.
And so the reason being is because I have met, like, if I'm traveling with people, cool. Like, I'll stay in a nice Airbnb or whatever it is. I don't care. But if I'm traveling solo, and this is just my thing, and you can also get a private room in a hostel, but sometimes I don't. Like, I've met so many people at hostels that I go there by myself, and then I'll just like walk downstairs. And I'll grab a drink at the bar, or I'll go somewhere and I'll just start talking to people. Like you got to get out your comfort zone and you got to get friendly with people and like just introduce yourself. And I have friends all over the world because of it. And that's like, I love it for that specific reason. I have friends everywhere, all over the world. And I go somewhere, and it's not even that I just stay in hostels. Like I'll stay in a hostel and they have all these like group events where you can go and like do a cooking class together, or you can go and like do a city tour together or all this stuff. And like, that is true, like, fun to me, because I can go and meet a whole new group of people, and literally everybody's there traveling by themselves or with a group, and you just go in and have some fun. Like we'll go out, enjoy ourselves on the night, and like that. I'm telling you, man, everybody trips out, but I tell people all the time, like I stay in hostels, and I may not say that all the time, but most of the time I'll find a nice little.
What about the movie? You haven't seen the movie Hostel, bro?
Man, I look at it. Luckily, I can run. So if I need something to happen, these legs are working. I'll tell you that. I'm taking off if somebody's trying to. I got my plan B, but I'm telling you, hostels, and I'm not saying that's good for everybody, but for me, I'll stay in a hostel. Even with all my expensive camera gear and all that stuff, I'm telling you, I'll bring that backpack. It sleeps right here. It's my pillow. I'm good, man. I'm telling you, I don't need none when I travel. I travel with no check bags, and I go and just have a good time.
Yo, that's incredible, man. And like, I'm just pulling your leg though. The crazy, I didn't know you stayed in hostels. I didn't know you was that gully and dope because I mean, when I started traveling, I did hostels as well for that exact same. I'm a little bit older than you now. You know, you little bro. So it's like I'm 34, right? I'm 34 years old, and but when I literally did hostels probably up until 30, like 28 or so, 29. I did hostels up until, and the thing is, and so traveling solo, that is also what I tell people. I'm like, the best times and some of my best friends that I have to this day are people that I met in hostels. Yeah. And like for those reasons that you said, like I would be up on the rooftop having a drink with them. And then so when you go, you're like, how are you going to meet people? This is how you meet people. You know that they're cool and willing. So hotels completely different. Hotels are not that vibe, right? People are like, are you trying to talk to me, you weirdo? Yeah, right? Yep. And so I'm so happy that you said that. And I had no idea that you, you did that. So that is, and man, I love it. And it's so timely because people, they're like, I think that does a lot. That could be an ad for a fucking hostel, no lie. NFL there we go. Quarterback, stays in hostel, and these are the reasons why. Like somebody that works at Hostel World, fucking Hostel Bookers, needs to hit up Brett and make this happen. Like, and I tell people because right. And the thing is, people have like I saw in the comments, right? People are like, yo, what about the movie Hostel? And the thing is, here's the thing, right? Not all of them are dirty, and like they're not dirty. There are some dirty hostels, but you can find ones with, good, super clean. They've got amazing beds, good security, and like you said, you can get private rooms in hostels as well. Yep. All these people have one perception, but that's not the reality, of a hostel. So. That is that's so dope, man. Now we've been talking about
make sure you look at the reviews.
Mm-hmm. Yes, reviews are anything. That's Amazon, anything. You got to look at the reviews. Yeah. So we've been talking about you saving your money, right? We're talking about your ass in the hostels. You still got your Jeep, from 2016 rookie year with the Packers. Tell me some balling shit that you've done. Because I know you're not just saving all your fucking money. Tell me some balling ass shit that your ass has done. Because I'm not going to let you just play humble ass fucking Brett over here. Tell me some balling shit that you've done.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. So the one place, and people know this, when you come into my house, that's one place, and my mom's an interior designer, so I'm gonna put this out there. That's the one place where I said, she told me first, but I said I will not skimp on my house, especially if I'm gonna live here for however long I want to live here. I will not go cheap on my house. And I don't know how much y'all don't pay for a couch, but I paid a lot of money for a damn couch. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This is the most expensive couch. I don't let people drink. Bring no food on my couch. Like everybody who goes in my house knows, and like I put some money in my house, but I feel like that I'm gonna see it back. But this couch is the one thing in my mind where I'm like, I always think back and I'm like, damn, like I can't believe I spent this much money on a couch. It's a nice couch, but it's a lot of bread. And if people want to know how much I spent on this couch, I'm willing to say it, but it's a lot of damn money. So don't. That's the one thing that people are gonna be like, oh hell no. But that's the one thing. I think I spent like $18,000 to $20,000 on a couch. Yeah, it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta come over. Man. I gotta come sit on this couch.
I'm not lying, man. That's the one thing, and I still talk to my mom to this day. I'm like, out of everything I've ever bought, it's been very, very, very like. I saved my money. I spent it the rest, but this damn couch, man, that thing was expensive. I ain't gonna lie, man.
What was it? I want to learn from a sales perspective. What made you fall so in love with this couch where you're like, yo, this thing is worth as much as my Jeep? Like, what was it that like had you say like this is like what was it? Like what made you fall in love with the couch? I must know.
So look here, I'm not gonna lie, man. I blame my mom too, because we when we first started shopping for the house, I said, look, everything in my house I wanted big, like everything, all the furniture, because I'm a big person. So and all my friends being athletes and stuff, like they're big human beings. I hated the couch when I sit in it, and I feel like I take up probably like a fourth or a third of the couch. I didn't want all that, and so we went to. She took this first place. She was, oh yeah, we got to go to this place called it's called Crease, Kreiss. And so I was like, oh, okay, never heard of it. And so we first walked in, there was no price tags. And I said, oh, okay. I said, oh, okay. Like, this, we'll see how this goes. And I'd seen this massive, huge couch. It looked beautiful, like modern, just what I was looking for. And I sat down, and I'm not lying, man. Like it's just different. Like I felt like when I sit on my couch, I could probably fit 10 to 15 people easily amongst my couch, and like everybody's comfortable. Like nobody's like this. Yeah. I could fit a bunch of people on that couch, and I felt small. And I said, you know what? How much is it? And they told me that price, man, and I'm not lying, my heart dropped. But that's the one thing when my mom looked at me, and actually, I'm not gonna lie, they told me the price, and I said, you know what? Let's go look around. Let's not just, I don't want to just buy this. Let's go look around. And we went everywhere, man. We went shopping all around everywhere we could find, but all the couches were just regular size. And so I was like, man, this is stupid. It sort of killed me because that's the first place I went to. But we went back to that dang place. And it took 3 months to build the couch, and it took another 2 weeks to deliver it. And it was, I'm not lying, I'm not mad at the purchase, but like, I do think, and I'm like, man, that could have been a down payment at this point. Like, maybe I could have been fine with a regular couch. Maybe I'll just buy like 3 more beanbags.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right, in life. There's just like those things, and also probably like the memories that you're going to create with that couch, right? Yeah. They're going to be priceless and timeless. And if you look at, you got to treat yourself in those ways, right? So you're doing all these things that are just so financially responsible. If your accountant, your financial advisor is like, okay, Brett, like if you watch one of those, like what they're doing, like the United, they're like, Brett, buy the damn couch because you are so good in all these other areas, buy the damn couch, right? So, that's it. It'd be a different thing if you got the Lambo, you got this, and this, and it's like, you don't need that couch. But it's like, get the damn couch. And so that's dope, man. I actually want to pause for a second. I want to ask. I know there's a few questions questions that y'all have. Like, I don't know the next time y'all gonna have an NFL quarterback that you just randomly telling you the price of couches, and you could ask him. Whatever. What are some of the things that y'all want to know? It might be about travel, personal. I know the ladies probably want to know, is this man single? Can I slide up in the DMs?
I am single. I'll tell you that much. I am very much single. I ain't got no dog. I got birds outside that I feed. Yeah, I'm a single man. Yeah. Ain't attached right
now. And so you got, like, what was I going to ask? There's like, what's your nutrition like? My brother, Mr. Abnormal Fitness, he wanted to know, what is your nutrition like?
Dude, that dude looks like a beast. I follow his page too. He's over there, rocks out. But man, honestly, my nutrition, it fluctuates because it's not that I always eat great, but I probably Monday through Friday I eat really good. Like you see me eating fruit in the morning. I eat some yogurt. I drink sea moss. I try to be healthy. And then once you get to the weekend, it just goes away. Sometimes you just gotta eat good. And it's not that I eat bad. There's probably some tequila in there that probably offsets a lot of this good eating. But man, I try to keep my view of it is I maybe eventually I'll go vegan and stuff like that. But for right now, my mindset is I want to enjoy the food I'm eating to the most. Like when I can do it right now, if I want to, I'm not eating candy. I do not like candy. I'm a dessert man. So if you bring me a cheesecake or something, like if it's sitting in my fridge, I'm a probably eat it. It's gonna go eventually, but it ain't gonna sit there. But like outside of that, if I'm probably eating chicken, fish, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I don't eat that many vegetables. That's the one thing I really don't. I've not grown out of that phase.
Yo, no, you need to come over here to the crib, man. Like Yuri, that man don't eat vegetables for nothing. And our chef here at the crib, our chef has him eating vegetables every day. He's like, man, I never ate vegetables before, but our chef got him eating. So what before we get to these questions, they got hella questions coming in. So you talked about food right now. What inspired you to cook? Because you actually got like a show all about cooking,
Yeah.
And then when I was with you, you was like, yo, like, oh, that's another thing. We'll talk about the Passport Heavy episode.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know, we literally had we shot the Phoenix, Arizona episode together, and we went all around Phoenix, showing the best things to do. And then Brett, the most exciting thing for Brett is we go to restaurants. He's like, yo, can I meet the chefs? Is it okay if we go in the back and meet the chefs? I want to meet the chefs. Yep. And so what is it that what inspired you to start cooking? What got your juices flowing with with the cooking?
It's crazy because all my passions, I got a passion from each of my parents. So from my mom, as we talked about, she'd be a flight attendant. That's where I got my travel book from. And then photography was the one passion, and yeah, that was the one passion of myself that I sort of grew up with. And then food was actually from my dad. So growing up, and that's how the title Men Who Cook sort of came about. But growing up, my dad was the cook of the family, and the men in my family did the cooking. And I still continue the tradition of that, as you guys see. But that was just something that every Sunday, man, every day, my pops would be cooking, and every Sunday, everybody would come into the house, friends, family, it was all about who you shared a meal with. And I mean, we would just eat anything. I mean, he would cook sweet potato pies, grill some chicken, make some beans. I mean, we would eat everything, and he would just cook all the time. And it wasn't until I started getting older where I realized, I got in college and I didn't have nobody else cooking. So I had to call him every day and try to ask, how you make this? And I would start going back all the time and then start writing down how he started making things. And then it wasn't until I really got sort of at the end of my college years and outside of college, when I went to the league, that I really started understanding why he cooked and what it means. And that's why I really, after that, started getting into cooking, because I love cooking. I love making good food. When people come out, I'm a cook for them. But it's not really all about the food. It's more so about the relationships and the things that come with sharing a meal with somebody. Like I tell people all the time, when I go to a country or I go to a place, or if I go to someone's house, the best way I can describe myself outside of just words, I think, is through food and understanding, especially learning a culture. I think food is an awesome way to learn a culture. And I feel like when I share my food with somebody, that speaks on behalf of me, whether it be, and I'm assuming the food's going to be good, but at the same time, cooking became more than just
Is your
cooking,
IG still good?
Oh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, no, I see it's, 1 second. Actually, I'm going to jump out and jump back in on IG. All right, 1 second. All right. And now you just got to oh, nope, I'm back in.
I think I might actually have to.
Technical difference. I just requested you.
Yeah, hold on. There we go. Cool. It should be.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta get a little bit better Wi-Fi next time. It's cool. But nah, the cooking was really just more so of understanding what it meant, more so than just sharing a meal with somebody. And I think that's what really got me into cooking. And my dad growing up, seeing him cook and seeing all the people that came around and what it brought together that was the biggest thing to me. And that's why still to this day, man, when I have people at my house, you know, I always will throw down and I'll always cook for people, because I think that just it's hard to describe, man. That really brings people together, I think, in a way that just having to sit down and having a conversation wouldn't, you know.
Definitely, man. So let's see some of these questions that they got. Oh yeah, they say, do you invest in any stocks?
So yes, I sure do. I have for me, so this is the funny part. When we talk finances, and this is me being completely honest with people, when I first got my first chunk of money from the NFL, I was so like, I don't want to lose this, that I didn't invest in nothing. I was just like, man, let me hold my money and I just want to see it in my bank account. I don't want to invest in nothing. And then after my first or second year in the league, I said, okay, I can make this money grow with it still sitting. And, you know, maybe I'm not going to look at it every day, because some days you look at it and it's down and I don't want to see that. But then after about 6 months, you look at it and it's higher. And so I then started investing in stocks. I started investing in, I just recently got into real estate. I invest in, different avenues of investments now. And I think it's a way that, honestly, and it's not that I'm investing stupid. Like I go and before I'm investing any type of money, especially big money, I'm gonna do my research. I'm not just gonna pay somebody, because I want to know what they're doing and I want to know why they're doing it. But at the same time, I do invest in stocks, and I do have a nice little portfolio in the stock market right now.
Okay, dope. And then let's see, Facebook, they saying, man, there's so many 34. What keeps Brett so humble with now? He said, is life like the show and HBO, like the show Ballers? Like, do you actually live, do your friends and what's the call live like that from time to time?
Man, my dog too is like one of the lead guys, DC, Donovan Carter. He's I forgot I don't know his character name, but he's in the Ballers. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't even think I've watched that show too many times. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The NFL life, it can be anything you make it to be. So whatever you see on TV, it probably is that. It can be that. And it can be less. It could be a nice little lifestyle, just, chilling in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and not doing much of nothing. Or in off season, it could be out in Miami or out wherever, just living the lifestyle and doing whatever you want. Like, the opportunities are endless. It's just being smart with whatever opportunities you take.
All right. So tell me some of the most baller ass shit you've seen your teammates do. See them buy. Like, what's some of the most where you like, damn.
Man, look, I will keep names out, but I still remember vividly. There was one cat, and then he'd been playing for a while, but this is in Green Bay. Actually, I'm gonna tell y'all two stories. This is in Green Bay. So the first story is we're out there and we're living, and we're also going around like how much money you spend a month. And I'm over here trying to be very reserved. I'm like, well, I may spend, maybe 4 or 5 thousand, maybe 3 to 5, somewhere around there in Wisconsin, because rent is cheap. You ain't paying for nothing. And then we get around the corner, and this one of my teammates says I spend $15,000 a month in Green Bay, Wisconsin. How do you do that? Like, I don't know how you spend, like, because I don't care if you're in a mansion, like that may be $3,000 a month out there. So to spend $15,000, I've seen, like, that was just outlandish. And then another time was there was another teammate of mine. This is again in Green Bay. I've seen a lot of stuff. This is the craziest. I've seen a lot of. You would think this is like in Miami or like out here in Arizona, but this is all in Wisconsin. There was a cat who had been playing for a minute, and he had an apartment next to the facility. He had a house about 10 minutes, 20 minutes away. And then he had a lake house about 40 minutes away. He had at least 9 cars, at least. And this dude will drive up in a Benz every day, like with the driver, at least 9 cars. Because I saw like 8 at his lake house. And then I seen another 2, dude, I saw so many cars in this dude's lot. It was ridiculous. And then on top of that, like we were in the training room, and this same guy, and we're sitting there just all getting treatment and stuff. And there was this brand new boat that just comes across the screen on a commercial. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to get that. And literally went that same day and bought the boat. Bought the damn boat. And he already had a boat. So I don't understand that. He already had a boat. So, I've seen some things where I'm just like, I've seen men fly. I've seen men spend bread on flying women out too. Like money on just bringing women out. Like thousands of dollars a month. Where I just don't get it. I don't get it. Almost caught a crit.
So you get in the rut. Let's see. They said, man, Elliot, you can use the hell out that couch though. No.
That couch for sure, man. That thing has a
They said someone gonna come Rick James your couch. Where is he now? They say, what's your is DeAndre Hopkins the best wide receiver in the league?
Man, I've seen a lot of receivers from Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, but DeAndre is DeAndre is probably hands down the best receiver in the league. Yes. But I would like to say Devontae Adams is that dude. Like it's right there for me because these two are some of the best receivers I've ever seen and played with. But DeAndre right now, I think is for sure the best. To see somebody go out there and just do what they do just from natural, this dude is amazing.
Though another rapid fire. They said, "Do you like older women?" I'm 34. They want to know.
Look at I sure do. 34 is a great age. I think mentally we're bypass all the other. 20. I for sure will mess with a 34-year-old. You can DM me after the show.
Man. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds like some Midwestern ish. They like, did he buy a pet tiger? They said. So hold on, new comments. Young
stuff out.
They're trying to say, who's your favorite player in the locker room? Like they trying to get you.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. No, I've seen that one. I answered that one. That's it's not an easy one, but like I would the one person I still talk to all day. I have so many friends from the locker rooms, but the one person that's really just an awesome guy and friend of mine who I still talk to a lot is Russell. I think that dude is, from what he's been to me, man, as a brother and I would say a mentor almost. Like the amount, I was only there for 1 year, but the amount in a year that I was able to grow with him and David Canales, who is our quarterback coach, it wasn't even about football. It was more about life and growing as a man. And to this day, I'll always, man, Russ got dude. I love that brother. So I think that's one of my favorite teammates I've ever been around and still obviously talk to this day.
What would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions about Russell?
Man, that's a great question. I think a lot of people I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. Shoot, I don't know. A lot of people want to see. I think a lot of people obviously can see the genuine side of Russell, and I think a lot of the times, like when you're in the role that he's in, people don't see it as much. And I think sometimes it just obviously you're in front of a camera all day. But I think knowing him personally, like that is the most genuine cat I've ever been around. And I think just getting to know him, obviously, like I said, people just don't get to see it all that much just because he's in front of behind a camera all the time. But that dude is just, amazing.
Okay.
I see Giselle Moore. Do you want children in the near future? Not in the near, but in the future. I'm just going to start answering off y'all questions.
Mike says, has COVID slowed you down or made you want to take it easy on your passport stamping?
Yeah. So this year, I mean, just like every year, I plan out a huge multi-country trip, and this was the first time I wasn't able to, only because of how things with COVID has slowed a lot down. And I have a lot of stuff actually this off season going on. Like I was telling earlier, like getting into some real estate stuff. There's some things I sort of have to be out here for right now, just to make sure I'm getting all my investments, where they need to be. But at the same time, hopefully after OTAs in June, I can at least knock out 5 to 10 countries. But right now, this off season has sort of slowed down a little bit with the travels. I do want to go to Alaska here shortly, though, so hopefully that is nice.
Okay. I know we've been going an hour, so I want to be respectful of your time. Where you want to go next? Like as far as traveling, and then actually, I'm gonna ask Yuri. Can we play maybe some of the people? Can we pull some of the clips up of like, so me and Brett, we did Phoenix. I'm gonna see this software. Instagram, you won't be able to see, but we're gonna see if Yuri can pull up just some of the clips. And Brett, I showed Yuri today the version that didn't make Instagram. I mean, it didn't make YouTube. Remember the old intro?
There's a complete difference. Oh.
To the video, but that was that's what we was looking at on so I didn't mean to neglect y'all on IG.
You guys haven't seen the video, go check it out.
Yeah, but yo, and shout out to RP Cornell. They just gave a $20 donation through YouTube for the video, and it says you can you read what she says, Brett?
Yep. So my favorite traveler with my favorite team's quarterback. Man, I like Murray, but he can't see over the line with his butt cheeks. Yeah, we appreciate the $20 donation.
Yeah, we appreciate you, RB. Man, I appreciate that support. Really, really do. They say, yo, that clip is edited to perfection. I love what you can do with like this software, like going live. Like that actually makes me want to go live more on this platform. It's like IG, man. You gotta catch up. You gotta let us do some of these things where you can pull up the comments like this, and that's nice. That's dope. I might even premiere one of my next passport heavy episodes like this. And what y'all think? You want to watch like an episode when I premiere? Because we got so many. Let's go to the next question, man. Let's put up something else on the screen. We support. What are your thoughts on Trevor? I want to see the whole video. If you just go to just put passport heavy Phoenix, Arizona, you'll be able to see basically the video. They say, what are your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence?
Man, I wish that brother nothing but the best. Honestly, I think he did an awesome job in college, and I just hope. I mean, everybody knows he's going to go number one. So I wish him nothing but the best, man. This is the NFL is a completely different league, but at the same time, we all ballers playing football. Like it's that simple.
That's a question I got for you, and that's the funny thing is, like, I was like, I don't know who the hell Trevor Lawrence is. That's how much I know about football. I don't know who the hell Trevor. And so I'm guessing he's a real good college football player, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's supposed to go number 1 in the draft this year. So he's that dude right now.
I'll know who he is. But that's really like I know nothing about football. I was like, I could probably name maybe 10 people in the NFL. Like I don't know. It's like half of them are my friends that I know in real life, and then like I know what's it called. I know Tom Brady. I know.
I hope you know Tom Brady.
Rob Gronkowski or whatever. And Antonio Brown. What's the name? He used to play for the Bears. Devin Hester.
Man, come on, we gotta be better than this.
Drew Brees.
That's a good one. I know you gotta know Russell. I mean,
Russell. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Russell.
You gotta know these guys.
And then obviously Fitzgerald.
See, Chris
if I was on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Man, if this was a $1 million question, oh man, you wouldn't live this down. So name 10 NFL players for $1 million.
Let's see. And then that's actually a question I had. So it actually brought up the question. Keep the questions going. Part 2 of Oakland is coming. Don't worry about that. And then how much more difficult would you say the NFL is compared to university as far as like the skill level of like how much does it go up? Because like they're just talking about that what's his name? The dude going number 1. What is the level of competition difference between NFL and college?
I think a lot of people the best way to put it is like high school to college, you got your all-state. From high school, all your all-state, your players go to college. And then from college, the best of college go to the NFL. So, we're talking 300 picks out of thousands of football players. And that's 300 out of every college in the country. You got about 300 or something. I don't know the correct number, however many getting drafted. And so that draft class now goes into a pool of other draft classes that were once the top in their specific college and in the country. So every ladder you go up, the pool of like physicality, the station. Oh, $30.
Right? I'm coming back to YouTube, Instagram. I'm out of here.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see 100.
What? Like, yo. What's that? GB 211. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it to like we just here, just sharing some good love, energy. And I'm not even gonna split the money with Brett. I'm gonna keep it all.
Man, come on now, give me $1. Man, I want something.
I might have to order some like Uber Eats to Brett's crib.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I see Giselle Moore. You get back to your community. That's one I can for sure touch on. Oh yeah, same. Hey, a $30 donation though. We appreciate you.
Like, thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. We'll see 100 next, hopefully. But I see a question. Giselle Moore. She said, "Does he give back to his community?" And I think that's.
Does he give back to the community? Can you pull that question up, Yuri? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's something huge that I for sure want to talk about, and I think it's good for all athletes, especially doing stuff like this. But for me, like giving back is something that I think, especially making it out of where I was to now having the platform and being able to, to have played in the league for so long. But I think giving back to allow others to do the same thing that I was blessed with the opportunity to do is one of the biggest things in my life. And for that, I have my own foundation that just got started a little bit ago, the Huntley Foundation. And for those who don't know my story, my sister and nephew, her son, was diagnosed with epilepsy, and my nephew also has autism. But we started a foundation, the Huntley Foundation, that gives back to, I mean, it's not just specifically related to epilepsy, but we do a lot of work in the epilepsy field. Me and my sister have worked for years with the National Epilepsy Foundation, and especially when I was in college. And now having my own foundation, we have events. Rick Harrison, for you guys who don't know, the porn stars, he's a part of my foundation, and we're doing an event in Vegas coming up here shortly. We got a walk coming up in May, and then another poker run, which is Rick Harrison. We're doing this is the 7th annual poker run, and it's all donations. Everything's going towards helping families in with epilepsy, and then also on the back end, like even through Phoenix. Giving back, talking to kids, going back to my high school and talking to kids, coaching. I do quarterback coaching now, and then even my foundation. Like during COVID, we've given out meals to every single worker, staff, you name it, in Children's Phoenix Hospital, which is actually right here in my local community, and that's a hospital where I grew up in. My sister battling epilepsy grew up in, so we try to help out wherever we can, and we try to. Honestly, just give back, and it's not again just related to epilepsy, but wherever we can fit in, we try to do. We've donated freaking 10,000 pounds of salmon to the Phoenix Food Bank.
Wow,
I mean that's a lot. That's a lot of salmon, y'all. That's a lot of salmon.
That's a lot of salmon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, we just honestly try to fit in wherever we can, and just give back. And I think giving back to the youth and especially to the community that has helped raise me into who I am, I think is the biggest thing.
Okay, dope.
Yeah,
link your foundation.
Yeah,
if they can see that.
I don't know if I can.
Awesome, giving back is the most amazing thing to do. There's no better feeling.
If you guys, I don't know if I can comment it, but if you guys see, just go to the Huntley Foundation. You just type it in on Google, the Huntley Foundation, and it'll pop up. And yeah, you guys will see everything that we're doing right now.
Okay. Man, you've been knocking out the questions, and I was like, I don't really. Is there anything that you want to say, or like, I'm trying to think if there's any. Let me go through my IG and see if there was any additional questions. Let's see. We've got.
I am on Instagram.
So questions they had. It's hard to. How do I work this damn IG? I mean, I'm literally I forget how much I've missed YouTube, and especially this $30 and $20 has really made me realize how much I've missed YouTube. I mean, nothing against IG over here. You know, they said I got $2.10. You know,
we'll take it. We'll take it.
I love it all. No, honestly, I appreciate it. Let's see who gave me $2 though, because I appreciate you. Tiffany, thank you so much. And Tunde, 8 minutes ago. I love that's my lucky number. It's such a different. I didn't even know you could they just started doing this on IG. And Tiffany, I love the profile pic. When you try and click on and see what expand the profile, but you can't expand the profile. But I'll go look it up later. Tiffany, thank you. Jabril, you should have put your cash ass up.
There you go. I'll put mine up.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put my maybe when I do something else, I'll do a cash app. But I'm just if you're doing something through YouTube that just save it for a future time. But the last question, people really want to know where are you looking to go on your next adventures? What really has you excited for where you want to go?
Man, I have are they saying the next place I want to go to?
Mm-hmm. Like travel wise, let's besides making it super.
I got a bucket list.
What's dream dressing? Let's say this: Now, if you got the what's his name again? Chiefs quarterback.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, 500 million, unlimited budget.
$500 million.
What are you? Where are you going for a whole month, and who are you taking with you?
Man, I think I'll for sure taking my cousin Christian with me, CT.
Oh, he's fun.
And
He's fun.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we out. We are gone. But man, I created a whole bucket list that I want to do, and I think I would literally, and I said this, once I'm done with football, I want to leave the country for at least maybe 2 or 3 years and just travel. But right now, like, I want to go to Alaska. I'm going, if they're still having it this year, I'm doing running with the bulls. I already got me and my dog Vern going to do that. So we're going to go run away from some bulls. I want to go one place I haven't been to, crazy, growing up in Arizona. I haven't seen the Grand Canyon, which is ridiculous. I got to see the last of my, man, it's sad. Let's not even, it's sad. It's really sad. Haven't even been to the Grand Canyon. I want to go there. I want to freaking go. Have y'all ever seen the Mario Kart in Tokyo?
Yes, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. I want to do that.
That looks crazy.
I wanted this is where I was supposed to be this year, or right now. I had planned to go to Spain and live there for 2 months and just learn Spanish and just take Spanish classes. But right now with COVID, it just all got destroyed. And then I just got my advanced scuba diving certificate license.
I saw that.
Man, so I want to go dive the Great Barrier Reef before, obviously there's a lot. Yeah, that's
no. I got somewhere better. I'm gonna send you this video.
Okay.
And it's out here in Indonesia. This place by the Papua Islands. It's called Raja. How you say that stuff, Yuri?
Yeah, Raja Ampat.
Raja Ampat. Yo, bro, I've never seen underwater corals and fish. This shit's greater than the Great Barrier Reef. Like, it's unbelievable. I'm gonna send you the link. Or actually, I'll send you. Let me see if I can. Or Yuri, can you post a link in the chat? Look, find that video. Yo, this was but we definitely gonna do some more videos, like in just and mob out, create. We're gonna do some hostels. I'll go do a hostel with you again, bro. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's mine or you.
Now you should be able to hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my headphones died, so I'm on computer audio now.
Cool. But yeah, man, we've been going an hour 20. So I don't want to. Is there anything you wanted to share? If not, man, I'm just gonna let you go. But man, it's been so much fun.
Yeah, man, I
appreciate you, bro.
Yep, and that's seriously, man. I just want to say thank you for getting. I mean, people don't even realize how we first started and how we met. You know what I'm saying? So like from that to like where we're at now, man. Like your energy, your passion, dude, I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done, that I've been able to see how you, man, dude, you're amazing. And I love watching you and everything you've done. You help people grow. And I think that's one of the best things about you is that it's not about you. Like, you really help so many other people grow into who they're trying to be, or who just help, and I think that's awesome. That's what you're doing. So for having me on, for, being a brother and this relationship that we have, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Nah, you're welcome. That's actually like a funny story. We should probably tell them the story. That's probably like a good closing loop of actually how we connected and how we met, and like how the whole thing kind of came together, and then even how the Phoenix episode came about, and then maybe you're finished with like maybe playing one of the clips of the Phoenix one. So
you wanna tell a story? You want me to?
Yeah, I'll let you tell it.
Man, so yeah, people. For everybody who doesn't know, like, I've been watching this dude's videos, and I've seen all these videos started coming out, and I had people I just thought the world of it. So I literally just reached out to this man on a DM through Instagram and was just like, hey, bro, like, I love your stuff. Like, if you're ever out here, would love to meet. And from that one DM, literally, it went into us getting on a phone call to talking for an hour and just shooting the shit and just talking a little bit and then talking about coming out to Phoenix. And then from there, it literally came to us being out here in Phoenix, spending a whole couple days together, shooting a passport-heavy Phoenix video. And then now it's a brotherhood that will never be broken. So it's crazy how things just simple, just a reach out, turns into what it is now. But, man, I'm so happy I sent that DM, brother.
It goes down in the DM. But, like, it's crazy. Like, I've met so many dope people. Because that's even the crazy thing about, like, YouTube doesn't really have, like, the messaging system. And it's like I have such a bigger audience on YouTube, but it's like I connect with people on IG, right? And so I say that, like, if you're on YouTube, come reach out on IG if there's something that you want to say. Like, if you like, yo, you should come visit this place. Like, literally, I just went to Jamaica. That was off a DM as well. Like, I can't tell you how many trips start from a DM, and that went like, I'll kind of finish on this. So there's this dude. He's like, yo, you need to meet my friend. He has a private equity firm. And then I was like, I just go meet him at the show house. And then I'm like, yo, it's cool. And I was like, oh, snap, he's actually really doing things. And then he would start talking about Jamaica. And then he's like, yo, you should come to Jamaica. And I guess we'll be ending soon if it's echoing like crazy, I guess, because it's not having the headphones. But then, so we started, he's like, you should come. I was like, nah, I'm going to Bali. I can't come. He's like, no, bro. He's like, give me 2 days. Like, I can make something happen. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I was like, I got to go to Bali. And then literally 2 days later, he has like the Minister of Tourism of Jamaica saying, yo, we would love to have you come and this and this and that. And that's how I ended up going to Jamaica. And it was crazy. I didn't have a chance to connect with Bolt. But like, because he actually left and shot a commercial, but his team was reaching out. They wanted to send me some shoes and stuff. Like, it was like, and a lot of, people on the island had seen the videos. So it was just like so much love when I actually touched down in Jamaica. And that all started from like literally a DM as well, from just someone reaching out. And this, like, because I read them, right? And I'll tell you this, if you're going to reach out as well in DMs, I'll tell you this, Brett was so respectful in the message. And he typed out like paragraphs of like, if I could even go back and find it, he was like, hey, this is, Brett, and he was descriptive of like, it wasn't just a, hey man, what's up? Because then you're just like, and then you kind of like skip over it. But like, it was a very thoughtful, intentional. So I was like, oh, let me reply back. So that's what I say when you do want to reach out or you're reaching out to anyone, put some thought and like, just some respect in the message, and it goes a long way because people are like, oh man, this guy doesn't respond. But it's like, but you say, yo, what's up, bro? And it's like unless you look like Megan Good, or unless you are here looking like, you a bad one, there ain't no way I'm just responding to, yo, what's up? Like, it's not happening. So yeah, that's all I would say is just like have, and that's what I do when I reach out to people. Like, I really put some thought into, a message. It goes a long way. Like, I think people forget that, like, yo, like, really think about, it's like meeting someone, in real life. So, but yeah, thanks so much for having them on the show. We appreciate the time, and we hope to have some more. Yeah, no, we'll do this. And we got so many episodes for y'all. I know one of the craziest things people have been waiting for is like, cause we haven't dropped a lot in the last year and a half, 2 years. And we have literally 15 dope ass episodes. When we come back in like mid-March, we are about to flood this shit. We are about to go ham on YouTube, where they're gonna be like, damn, this is what they've been doing. Like, we have the Maldives coming, we've got Haiti, we've got Jamaica, we've got Oakland Part 2, we have another Oakland, we have Sausalito, we have Las Vegas, we've got Maldives, we've got which one?
Mexico, Miami.
We got Cabo, we got La Paz, we've got Miami Luxury Edition, like just stupid, ride around in the cars that cost way too much, little Rolls Royce. We've got Miami Lux Budget. We like literally, I'm telling you, we've got so many videos for y'all in the stash where you was like, yo, I thought they were done. Like, are y'all even making videos? We do it. And I see someone who Lucid Dream 2014 talking about, yo, come to Africa. we literally we had a project with the NBA. The NBA was starting a new league in Africa, and we were set to go in May of 2020 and like go shoot like 6 different countries in the NBA. For the NBA, 6 different countries, but then obviously COVID, and then we didn't even, but like that's like, so we're picking up those kind of talks to see, like, let's have like a bubble kind of situation. I can't talk too much about it, but even like I'm gonna be going, like Africa is a big part of the plans for, because there's so much beauty, there's so much opportunity. And my next YouTube live that I'm gonna do is with an amazing brother. He's the second biggest employer of people in Togo. And so if you can do the research and find out who is the second biggest employer in Togo, that will tell you who I've got coming on next. And so, but anyways, we've been going long enough. Brother, I appreciate you, my brother. I can't wait to see you again once this COVID kind of chills out. And, good luck, man. Good luck on this upcoming season. Your travel, your business. And but yeah, man, I'll just call you later or something, and just catch up, man. Because it's just exciting, man. I'm just proud of you, man. I'm proud of you as just like a person, man. Like I'm really, because you could be all types of way of because of who you are, but it's like you're just a cool mofo, man. And I really appreciate it, man. Don't ever change, because like if you do, I probably won't be your friend. So. But yo, on that note, man, I appreciate you. Thank you all for tuning in, all the comments, all the energy. Thank you so much. And I know Instagram, I've neglected y'all over there. It's like I've been looking at the IG, but we appreciate you. Take care, everybody.
And so, like, literally, just like a couple months ago, so I got this DM on Instagram, and I saw the blue check. I was like, who's this? It was actually the quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals, Brett Hundley. And so he was just super humble in this message, right? Just, hey, I love traveling. I love taking videos and pictures. And I said, yo, let's actually do a video in Phoenix. He's actually born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona, but he's been gone for so long. So I said, this